Good morning, everybody. I would like, first of all, to thank the organization to be able to join this event, this virtual event, and bring the message of Provivi. For the next 10 minutes, I will go through our technology combined with our findings in the work we've been doing in Latin, in the biological arena. But first of all, I would like to present myself. My name is Alexandre Develey. I'm Brazilian agronomist, and I'm working in Provivi as head of Brazil and Argentina for the last 5 months. I've I come from more than 20 years in the seed industry, in the field crops and biotechnology, and I always say that in my professional life, I had the opportunity to be part of the launch of the BT technology in corn, and I could see how fast such a good technology grew in adoption in the market, but I also could see how fast resistance happened in the market. So when I met Provivi concept and Provivi science, I saw the opportunity to join in a second revolution for insect or lepidopteran control in field crops with a solution way more sustainable and more durable. So that's what we're gonna talk in the next 10 minutes. And with, like I mentioned, with findings of how we've been working Latin. So let me change the slide. So I could see the presentation of Marcus, and I agree with him. You know, farmers are looking for, continuously searching for new solutions, more effective, more sustainable, that not only solves their problem, but also helps the environment. And at the same side, we see consumers more and more concerned about the origin of their food and their products. So that's what is happening, and that's where biologicals plays such an important role. And it's not only with products, but we as working in that arena, that space, we have the responsibility to bring the solution, the product, but also the information, the service, the data. And as a new concept in general, that's really important. And with that, we can think about this solution as a preventive. In the case of pheromones, or Provivi, it's a preventive solution, non-toxic and very specific, species specific. That's what we want to present here. Is another segment in the biologicals that so far pheromones have been used much more as traps, as a monitoring tool. And we, with pheromones in Provivi, we want to bring this as a very different solution, creating exactly the same pheromones and talking the language of nature, of the moth, of the labs. I will talk a bit about that, but at first let me just explain where we are today in Provivi. Provivi was founded in 2013, based in California, in US, but today we are already well spread in the world. We have we are working in Europe, in crops like grapes through partnerships. We are planning to launch a product for rice in Asia, probably this year. We also have plans to bring our product for fall mealworm in Kenya. And in Latin, we are strong present in Argentina and Brazil, and with our main product for this region, it's again the fall mealworm pheromone. I will talk about LATAM a bit later. But how pheromone works, for thousands and thousands of years, insects have been using pheromones in very different ways. When we think about uh, labs, mainly the ones that we are working, those labs use as a sexual messenger. So the female releases very small amounts of pheromone in the field. The male, the moth, finds the identifies the pheromone, find the female, and they mate, have the eggs, and that's the beginning of the cycle. Uh, what Provivi discover is a way to synthesize artificially this exactly same pheromone. So by producing and releasing in the field large amounts of those pheromones, the male, the moth male, not going to be able to find the female, and it's what we explain as a mating disruption. So there's male cannot find the female, cannot copulate. There's no eggs, and there's a strong reduction of the population. No worms, and no need for insecticide. So basically, what we are talking about this technology, that is a very strong, and that is one of our challenges. It's a mindset shift in the with the farmers, because it's not a remediation product; it's a preventive product. This product doesn't kill anything. It doesn't kill the moth. It doesn't kill the worms. It doesn't kill the eggs. It's a preventive way to control the population, that we already seeing as a strong reduction of the need for insecticides for any control in terms of the worms. And we also see a strong protection of the potential use of the crops. This mindset shift is one of the key elements for a new product like this in the market, because farmers have been for years and years used to see the pest, apply the product, and kill the pest. And that's one of the things that we want to change in this market. Here it works for our product, but it works for all biological products that we see in the market, and not only something that we as a company are responsible to deliver, but we see a big acceptance. Farmers looking for a much more sustainable product. Sustainability comes in a no toxic mode of action, species specific, as we see most of those biological products are species specific, and that's very important because it brings a strong protection of the biodiversity in the crop, and with this potential reduction of chemicals in this during the season. But one of the key challenges that we keep constantly hearing from growers is it has to be efficient. It has to be efficacy. It's a must. So this was one of our must-have for our product. It's a product that it's totally compatible with the current grower practices. It's compatible with all other products like insecticides, fungicides, and herbicides. So you can mix, and farmers see this as a strong convenience because there's no need to do anything different. It's just add this in their practices. The challenge here is to keep that cloud of pheromone in the field. So during the moment of control of the pest, the specific pest, there's not going to be there will be the mating disruption. And I think that the third element, and Marcus in the former presentation, last presentation, also mentioned about durability and the problems and the issues of resistance. We see, as I mentioned, in the biotech, but not only in the biotech, in the BTs, but we see also in chemicals, a lot of cases of resistance. The more we use, the more the pressure, the selection pressure, more resistance happens. And in the case of pheromones, that's a great benefit, because if you think about how resistance could occur in this case, probability it's almost zero once it would need to happen a mutation in the female moth on the pheromone production, a mutation in the male moth to uh, uh, understand the message, to capture the message at the same time and the same region. So probability is very low. And we see that pheromones have been used in agriculture for many years without any case of resistance. And with that, and that's what we see from all discussions we have been having with farmers in Brazil or in Argentina or in Latin, is that uh, we as biological suppliers, product suppliers, we need to bring kind of a peace of mind for growers. They have already a lot of challenge since the beginning of the crop until the end. So we do have a responsibility to bring that concept of, use this product and don't bother anymore with that relative crop, with that past. This is one of our challenge and one of our objectives in Provivi. Very fast, I mentioned already many times, we are working with a forward mealworm, thinking about crops like corn, cotton. We see already forward mealworm present in soy in Brazil. We do have other pheromones for rice, worm, but we are working with other lepidopterans like soybean looper. We're looking at sugarcane borer. There's some for specialty crops like tuta bisoluta and tomato, very important crop across many regions. And we are in Provivi looking for the row crops, like big areas, so we can provide solution for many actors, but also some cases specialties, tree, fruit, nuts. So that's a bit about our pipeline. Of course, that we are looking for other areas like boll weevil, some coleoptera, corn rootworm, maybe stink bugs. Those are early studies that we are looking about the nature and the behavior of pheromones in those species to see how can we bring this solution across different crops and species. If we talk about South America, Provivi, we've been working for already 4 seasons, generating data, working on the registration of the pheromones, testing in many crops like cotton, corn, soy, green beans, and others. And we have already kind of 4,000 hectares of trials. And we've been working with a lot of institutes and experts helping us to bring this concept to the market. When I see biologicals, and I think Marcos also presented that in his presentation, we see more and more the increase of offers in the market. So it follows also the demand and the attention from farmers, but and we can see a strong acceleration and more options in terms of products being bacteria, fungal, insects, virals, and also different formulations. So in the last 10 years, we see a a big development and improvement on formulations with multi-species, with different mode of actions. But not only that, we see more and more companies beginning to work in that place. We see the channels looking for this solution as a different tool, as an additional tool. We see big companies looking about this market, beginning to play in this market, acquiring companies. So all this, it's a very good indication that this is a non-regret move, that the market is moving to these directions. And more we see biotechnologies, different biochemical solutions, as we in Provivi are bringing different mode of actions or disruptive mode of actions like pheromones. So that's a very intense and strong market for all the companies and for for growers that are eager to test and to use the products. What we see, and there's a recent survey that we see in the market, is that especially in Brazil, we see a big majority of farmers open to see this product, to test products that is more environmental friendly. So there's a strong, already placed a strong concern on environmental aspects with the farmers. Of course, that is it differs by size or how professional those farmers are, those growers are, how big they are. But in fact, it's we are already talking about 90% of the farmers with that level of concern. There's many reasons for this. One of the key reasons we see is that there's, more and more the younger generations are taking over the farms, and this younger generations are for sure much more concerned about how the world will be, how the environment will be in the future. So we clearly see that. There's still a small portion, like 10% of producers, that are so concerned with their problems that they are more into what is the solution for the problems, no matter if it's environmental friendly, it's green, it's biological or other. But that's a great opportunity. And we see, and I had the experience to, in my travels to the fields, to see this level of openness and concerns in real life. So farmers are opening their farms for companies like us, like Provivi, like any other biological companies, to test their products. There's another nice information that we see in this survey is that up to 70% of the market will adopt technology fast. There's something like 20% of farmers are very eager to test products, but it's followed for half of the market that wants to adopt. It has to be effective, it has to be easy to use, but they will follow, and then you use this. And that's basically how we are working. Provivi will, in this year, in 2021, we will focus in a pre-launch for cotton on the pheromone, based in Mato Grosso and Bahia, looking for collaboration partnerships and expand data generation to see other crops like corn, together with many other experts and institutes. So we are very happy to be able to be part of this revolution in the agriculture, and we will have our plans also to Argentina and other countries in the Latin in a very, very soon. With that, I would like to thank you, thank everybody on this. I invite everybody to join the panel 9:40. Okay, thank you.